Okay, we got 2012 Ford Explorer, and ignore the check engine light. I just the key on, but that little airbag light, if you can make that out, that's on all the time. So we're gonna go in here and see what's going on. We don't have a PO for this, so we're gonna load up our Ford program, Auto ID vehicle. That glare out of there. Alright, there she is, Ford Explorer, everything looks good. And we will wait. Sometimes the Fords take a little while on these Autels. I'm not too sure why. Although, to be totally honest, it's not always the fastest on IDS. I like IDS, but can be slow at times, and the Autels take a little while too. And we wait. They said the light's been on this one for quite some time. They just never did anything about it. I'm actually checking out a driveline noise, but the customer wanted me to take a look at this while I was at it too, so we're going to at least figure out what's going on so we can get them an idea of what it would take to turn the light off. Hey, there we go. So we're going to go diagnosis. We're going to pick our control module, which is our restraint control module. And let's see what we got for codes. Dash doesn't like all that communication. Alright, passenger seatbelt buckle pretensioner deployment control. Looks like a couple codes. One's got a subcode there. We might have to look that up, but looks like they're for the same component. So what that's referring to is this guy. There is a, probably can't see it down there. There is a device down there, whether it's a cable, usually it's a cable style on these, that in the event of a crash, the restraint control module can ignite the pyrotechnic device, and it is going to cinch that that buckle down. It will pull it down, and so it will tighten the seat belt and keep the passenger glued to the seat, so they're not moving too far forward into the actual airbag. So those pretensioners are designed to work with the airbags. So Ford's data stream is actually pretty useful for stuff like this. What the control module is doing is sending out a bias voltage on all of the deployment loops. That includes the airbags and the pretensioners at all times, and it's a bias voltage that uses a really high ohm resistor, so that bias voltage can actually set off the deployment loops, but it is enough to monitor for circuit integrity. And using Ohm's law, the restraint control module will actually calculate what the resistance of the circuit is. Now, generally speaking, deployment loops like an airbag module or a pretensioner are somewhere in the neighborhood between 2 and 3 ohms. I can't say that's always true, but just by looking at these first two here, these are our stage 1 and stage 2. It's a dual stage airbag. They're, again, right around 2-3 ohms. So what we want to do is find a pretensioner for the front. Now, I'm actually going to highlight the driver's one because what we can do is compare that to our passenger side, because the passenger side is the one that had the code. And actually, you can look, that kind of stands out like a sore thumb right there. Everything else is, 2 to 3 ohms. That one's 5. So I'm going to bring these two to the top. Actually, we'll just show those two. So 2.5 ohms on the driver's side, which does not have a code, versus 5 ohms on the passenger side that does have a code. So what we're seeing is unwanted resistance in that circuit, and that's why the code's there. So the control module has just detected that there is an excessive amount of resistance. Now, the number one reason for this is, of course, the connectors, especially for pretensioners. The buckle is going to be plugged in down below the seat. Those connectors can generate some excess resistance and cause this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video, get a flashlight, see if I can access under that seat, and then we'll see if we can identify exactly where that excessive resistance is, if it is just a connector, and what it's going to take to fix it. But this might be an easy fix.
Okay, in just inspecting this, I think I unintentionally fixed it. You can see those resistances are the same now. Under here is connector C210. There's actually a service bulletin for this I found when I searched the code. And I didn't even unplug this connector. It has the 2 wires that end up going under the seat. It's dark, you can't see under there, for the pretensioner, but they must go through here. I'm going to try and wiggle this connector here and see if I can get it to jump up again, but it's not gonna look like I'm having much luck. But I'm gonna put some Stabilint 22 in this connector. I'll take it apart, look at it. Actually, I guess I could do that right now. See if we see anything. Don't see any green crusties or anything like that, but the service bulletin was to clean up this connector a little bit, so that's what we're gonna do. And I think we're going to take care of that. Of course, I lost communication to the module when I unplugged that, but we'll plug it back in, make sure everything's working. And we're all good after fixing that connector. That'll do it.